What is up, Kyber Cave family? This is Arc Excala at the Kyber Cave. This is the back of Tony in his beautiful pilot jacket. He doesn't know it, but I'm going to beat him up and rob him on the way out tonight. What's up, Tina? How you doing? It is good to see. Oh, we gotta wait. You gotta come. You gotta come show off.
I gotta show off my goodies.
Yeah. This is a cool thing we received as a gift tonight. It's on the wall up there. I'm gonna put it more predominantly.
Ready for it?
Da-da-da. Ooh, look at that. Look at the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing. That is so beautiful.
Vinyl on canvas, baby.
Ooh. So Tina, of course, is going to be making more stickers and other items for us. Yes. More swag for the cave. As it comes up. As she learns how to do new and wonderful things with her tools. Speaking of which, tell people about, are you still running Tina's Tiny Trinkets?
Tina's Teeny Trinkets is still up and running.
And tell people what that is for those that have never been in Fairfield.
For those that have never heard about it, Tina's Teeny Trinkets is me making jewelry when I have time. I make everything from little droppy earrings to Kyber crystals.
Yes, bracelets.
And
she made custom jewelry for people.
Customized jewelry. I'm making jewelry boxes now.
Woohoo!
So if you get a tiny trinket and you want to put it in something, you can buy a Tina's Teeny Trinket treasure box.
Ooh, is there a website or anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, how would they find you? Facebook or
Facebook. Tina's Teeny Trinkets. Facebook.
Okay.
I think you still have a bunch of my business cards.
Well, we probably do.
Yeah. If not, I'll drop more off.
No, sounds good. All right, let's get back in here.
Yeah. Or you can email me at trinketbeads@gmail.com.
Theo is working on his sword. And we have our master buildsman here. This is Dawn from Darkside Sabers. He will be your guide through this adventure tonight and every night here at Kyber Cosplay Builds. What was the name? I always make these really long names and then can never remember what the name of our damn show is. Cosplay Builds at Kyber Cave featuring Darkside Saber.
There you go.
.com. So this will be your host every week. We've been running, we've been running this show loosely for about 2 months now. This was something we kind of started, I want to say roughly around Thanksgiving. Just started building things and taping it.
Yep.
And now we are trying to condense this into a show where, every Saturday night you can tune in. It's a 2-hour show. You can build with us.
Yep.
But it's going to be more themed. It's just been kind of all over the place up till now. Going forward, they're going to be more themed so that in the future, if you ever wanted to come back and see how just to make a particular thing, you can turn on that episode and focus. So tonight, we are going to be focusing on, what's our topic for tonight, Master Buildman?
Today we're going to be working on weathering. We're going to be doing a number of different weathering things for some helmets, for a lightsaber, some extreme weathering for a lightsaber, where we're actually going to be cutting a hole in a lightsaber.
So it's going to be battle damage, not just weather, but battle damage.
Yes, battle damage lightsaber so that you can see the crystal inside of it when that crystal is inside of it. We are going to be, if you look over here, Say Wong has his helmet right here. This is a Mando Hasbro helmet, and we're going to be taking this helmet. We're going to be weathering it up. You can see last week we kind of touched it up, or 2 weeks ago, we started touching it up a little bit.
Right.
Or quite a bit ago, actually, now I think about it.
So now the difference between, say, that green Mando helmet there and this one is the Black Series one is one that is store-bought. But the cool thing is that you can see with what they've done already that even if it's store-bought, you can touch it up and really customize it to make it look however you want.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great starting point, especially for new builders, because you're able to just kind of take something that's already halfway there and just kind of learn the extra steps to it. You know what I mean? Part of the problem, I think, with a lot of people when they're first starting off is they're thinking like, there's so many steps, there's so much to do, you know what I mean? You don't know what this is and that is. So it's nice to have something that's already kind of started and learn those extra steps.
Right.
Because when you're starting a project, it almost always looks like crap until it doesn't. You know what I mean? It looks horrible until all of a sudden it doesn't look horrible anymore. And when you have something that starts off not looking horrible and make it even better from there, it gives you the confidence to be able to start from there. So there's nothing wrong with buying something and fixing it. There's also nothing wrong with just buying your stuff, but that's not what this is about.
So now for us in this room, who may be into cosplay a little bit more, maybe we know, but there might be some brand new people that are brand new to cosplay, don't know the terminology and stuff. Can you talk about what would be the difference between? I've heard people talk about light weathering versus heavy weathering versus medium weathering. What does that all mean?
Well, I mean, usually that's kind of up to the artist, really. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of they're general statements. You know what I mean? But like light weathering is going to be like maybe like little just residual marks in crevices and things like that. Just tiny amounts of weathering. Where heavy weathering might be something like battle damage or like scrapes and scuffs all over the top of it. And then obviously a moderate weathering would be somewhere in between there, where maybe you have a couple scratches here and there, not too much, maybe a few dents and things like that. But then again, that's my interpretation of it. You know what I mean? As an artist, then there's a lot of people who may disagree with that.
Now, I have seen, I don't know, because I don't know how far we're going to get into weathering on different projects or how far we want to do, but I've seen things like not just weathered, but it looks like rust, like it's been in the bottom of the ocean for, like 20 years. And I've also seen what looks really cool that I was kind of thinking about on mine, but I don't know if it'll be too much, but like, it looks like burn marks. You particularly see it on Kylo Ren sabers where it looks like the end has been, blue scorched or with that,
scored.
Huh?
Like carbon scored?
Carbon scored, that's it. Does that fall under the category of weathering as well, or is that a different category?
Well, yeah, it's weathering, but it's a specific type of weathering, right? Like, so if you ask somebody to weather something, you got to kind of tell them you want that. You know what I mean? Some, like you said, Kylo Ren Saber is one of the ones that you see it often on. Also, another one is the blaster from Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord's blaster has really heavy
got like scorching.
That's scorching on the end of the barrel.
I think you see that on Stormtrooper blasters sometimes too, right?
Right, you see it, and it's just meant to show you that it's heated up that metal a lot.
Right. It's heavily used.
Right, now on some props, if you do them in certain materials, you could do that naturally. You can actually heat up the metal to create that look.
Oh wow.
But on aluminum, you can't do that because aluminum doesn't really do that. You know what I mean? You could add it with like bluing solutions and things like that, but it's just easier to paint it.
Right.
And you usually do that with like an airbrush with translucent paints.
Right.
Things like that. And that takes a lot of skill to be able to get that done and work on that. But
now I wanted to actually, when you started pulling this out, we started talking, I was like, oh shit, I should save this for the video. Why do you have so many different colors? What are all those colors about?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. So these are paints that are traditionally used for like models and things like that. I got all of these for free from a store that was closing down, and they were like, "Do you want these?" And I said, "Hell yes," because they are not cheap. So I was like, "Absolutely." So I took all of them. These ones though are some of my favorite right here. These are War Paint. Zombie edition or Zombicide, something like that. But these are perfect because they're so like they're muted colors. You know what I mean? And like this one's like a kind of like a shader. So this kind of makes any other color a little bit darker. You have like zombie skin. You have like a bone white.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like these colors are just really good for dirtying things up. Then you have some like weird greens and things like that.
Because in fact, not to give any spoilers away, but if you haven't seen the last episode of Book of Fett, if you remember the speeders when they have the really colorful speeders, and I was like, man, you don't often see color like that in Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Honestly, that kind of took me out of it. To be honest. I was like, why are they so clean?
But yeah, I mean, so even the bright colors you don't tend to see. Not just the fact that they were brand new looking and clean.
Right. These are really good colors. Raw sienna, burnt sienna. These are colors that I like to use. They're very like
a lot of sand color kind of colors.
Just like browns and blacks and grays and sometimes even like a blue of sorts. You know what I mean? This is just black, like as black as you could possibly get. This is like a red, like a blood color. This is like a crusted blood color. You know, they're all really good for a whole bunch of stuff. And then you have things like silvers. So this is not a silver, sorry. I think I have okay. This one is like a gunmetal. You know what I mean? And that's really good for brushing onto things to make it look like the paint is scratched off of them. This is the same type of thing, but a little bit lighter. Yeah, so I mean, whatever you're doing, there's got to be a color for it, right? If you were trying to do maybe like just brush on paint the scoring that we were talking about before, you could do that with like these colors. You know what I mean? It would be a little bit harder, but you can do it for sure. And you can airbrush these colors as well. So
Exactly.
fitting them out. Yeah.
So is this what you're going to be using tonight for your different projects?
Yes. I'm going to be picking out some of these. I just wanted to show you the whole collection.
I know the people on here haven't seen it, but you did this amazing Django Fett for a customer for Christmas time.
Not many people have seen it because I didn't take many pictures.
That's such a shame, dude. Is this the material you would use for that helmet? Okay.
I'm gonna take those out. I'm gonna put most of these back. Maybe one of these.
We can weather the child's.
One of these.
This one.
Just
Paint his face. Most of these I don't use. They're too bright and they're too. Actually,
But you know, when you get them free.
right, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, these are relatively expensive paints, and it's kind of nice to.
Yeah, that's such. All right. Well, while Don is setting up here, he's getting a couple things out. We're gonna take a peek around and see what people are working on.
well.
Oh, it's coming the other direction. Hey.
Hello, meow. This is Sith Cat over here at Kyber Cave. We're playing with plastic dip.
Ooh,
Now, this
plastic dip.
This is the opposite of weathering. This is when you basically destroyed your armor and want to make it look all nice and shiny. Literally shiny.
Look at this.
You can see the
Oh,
shine.
look at the gloss on there.
And look at those.
It's got like
dusty-
a
those
mirror
dusty
finish.
tools look even shinier in their reflection.
Actually, you can literally see the reflection.
Yeah, easily.
Wow. So is that what the finished product is going to look shiny?
Exactly. I want people walking up to that cosplay and just shaving themselves. Yeah, look at that. Nice.
Well, hello, Twitch user, wherever you are tonight. Hey, my bro. I'm not sure who exactly this is, but hey, back, bro. So this is your chest plate armor, right?
That it is. The dilemma, though, is because the armor we found with applying the paint to it was starting to actually crack. So with just the paint on the EVA foam wasn't working out. So we're putting the plastic dip as actually a layer of rubber as an extra layer on it there.
So fill in kind of those cracks.
It's going to act as both the paint and an extra layer on it there too.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of the role of it there too. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That was a great idea.
And it is available in more colors than just black. Although black is a slimming color.
All right. All right. Well, we will catch up with you and see how this is going.
Come back in 4 hours. Sorry.
All right. What do we got Tony working on?
Right,
Tony was working on what, the ridges of the
Macuras.
the what?
Macuras, which is the front breastplate.
Oh, yeah. You can see the ridges lined up there. I'm trying not to touch it so my hand doesn't stick.
Yeah, so my idea is once for certain spots, like say here,
Mm.
because these are ones I'm kind of working on trimming these down. I can just erase these, but I put like blasted scoring where a couple of the joints are. That way it looks like someone lit up me on my chest plate.
Right. Make you look like you put that chest plate to use.
Then what good does it have with wearing armor if you're not actually you're actually fighting? I said I'm a Highlander. I'm used to fighting, as a hoplite. Historically, we would have dropped everything, including our kilts, and actually charged you with a giant basket hill broadsword.
Holy crap. I don't want to see a person without their kilt charging at me.
So we get the helmet. Maybe I'll put like a Highlander wig on there.
So say Wong, how far are you gonna go with this helmet as far as weathering? Are you gonna do a light, medium, heavy?
That's a perfect question, actually.
Probably medium.
Medium?
Judging by
Okay, so you want to go a little bit. You want to go a little bit heavier on it, but not like crazy heavy.
So if this was your real world and you were actually Din Djarin, how long do you want this to look like you've owned that helmet? Or do you want it to look like you've had it for 10 years? You just bought it from the shop last week? Or you've had it on for a good year or so?
probably 10 years.
10 years. You want 10 years of weathering on that helmet.
He wants the good weathering.
Like that.
He said when you put it like that.
Do you have when I say to you, let's weather your helmet? Is there specific things that you have in mind, like I don't know, rust spots or like greening or heavy dirt in certain areas? Or
feel like I keep seeing
Battle scorches. You want it to look like a blasters hit you.
Probably where.
Look at it one time.
Mhm.
It looks like it's fine. And then
Because when I got this,
and then
I
look at
kind
it
of
again.
did like
And then it's like all up here and it is in there.
bat it around. I kind of did drag it left to right,
Mm-hmm.
roll it here and there.
And then
Right,
the
to get
top
some of
part,
that battle damage on it already.
like perfectly, the exact same on both sides. They're too big on both sides.
I even did that with the DL44 blaster.
You kicked it around in the dirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dirt.
Oh, and you could bring your blaster in too. We could do weathering on that.
They're right there.
Oh,
He said that.
oh yeah. He's like, I'm already ahead of you, bro.
I'm actually getting rid of them. If you guys want to take them off my hands.
You're getting rid of your blasters?
Both. I'm getting rid of 2 of them.
Are you not doing Han anymore?
Well, I have another one on the way, so.
Oh, an upgraded one. That's how they do.
Oh, you both your DL44s.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm getting rid of
Oh man.
2 of them.
I was gonna say. I was like, that sounds like a Dawn
I
thing.
really want it. Oh, that's rough.
Might need to trade for services or something.
I can do that. I'll trade for service.
If you want to trade services, I'll make you some armor pieces. I know you. Done. Sounds good to me. Yeah. So let's start with his helmet. Actually, let's do that.
All right.
You're good with that? All right. So let's go over here. We're gonna take it. Take this over here. This side.
And also make
Where are we working?
Just over here. Kind of set him up over here.
Thank God for contact.
So if we look,
Is there anything specific you have in mind? Like, oh, I imagined rust right here on the neck, or you know, a dent spot here, or
Probably not dense or rough, but
just dirt and accumulative wear and tear.
because okay, to make it look like something is naturally worn, dirt is going to usually accumulate in corners, right? Like, doesn't it? Like when something naturally.
Well, the thing is, so what you have to consider, right, is that like if this is let's say, you know, Din Djarin's helmet, and he's cleaning it off every now and again. You know what I mean? You're not going to have like really a whole bunch of spots like right here. You know what I mean? Like these big open areas. It's not
Because those are
natural,
easy to
You're
clean,
wipe
right?
those off, right? But over here, you know what I mean? You may have a little bit here because he's just wiping it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Not too crazy, not too nuts, you know, about it. You also have to think about what you're doing, right? So this is a Din Djarin helmet, right? This is a Mandalorian Beskar helmet. So it wouldn't have scratches or dents because it doesn't scratch or dent.
Because it's Beskar.
Because it's Beskar.
Right.
So,
Just wipe it off and go.
right, so it'd be super silly to see a scratch or a dent on a Beskar helmet. Now, if it was just, on the other hand, if it was just like a like paint that was scratched away, that would be completely different because paint obviously scratches away.
Right.
But-
And even on Boba Fett's armor is Durasteel, right? Which is why he has that
right, he has a
bullet
dent- he
dents
does-
and
he
stuff.
doesn't actually have a he has a different type of thing. Yeah, exactly. So what I like to start to do is
Just grab the hammer.
grab a hammer and just whack
Start
it
whacking
a
it.
whole bunch. Actually need to find a little cool thing I could use as a palette. Hey, do you mind if I could use a piece of this for you? Have that. Just use your knife if you don't mind. Thanks. Okay.
Oh, like a paint
Palette.
color?
Yeah, just so I can kind of mix up colors and stuff like that. So I'll take let's say our matte black
Yeah, Rust-Oleum.
there. Should have shaken that up first, but I didn't. Learn from my mistakes. I want to take some.
That's a happy accident cut right there.
Which one?
Right here.
Oh.
So like I said, now that I'm realizing I'm kind of going from like it's been, Jesus knocked out of it. This is on the Durasteel.
Okay.
About the big stuff, like the big deformations. I'll figure out the blast noise can put in there.
Okay.
But small, tweaks. Okay, fine.
Buddy. This feels like a very Tatooine brown or
That
like a yellowish
baby diaper.
Yeah. Well, that's what you want, though, right?
You want it to look like Grogu crapped all over you?
You mean hot brown?
Exactly.
You got it. You know it.
That's a pretty color.
Hey, it looks like Jabba.
It is, right? Like it's a nice like.
I love colors like that.
It looks dirty, and I like it. That's the
Can I
point.
see?
Pardon me, sir. Do you happen to have any Grey Poupon?
You don't have any bears, do you? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get some water.
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 Wa-ta-ta-ta.
Can I steal your computer chair?
Yes, yeah, of course. I just moved out of the way here. There's another chair in front of my station in case anybody else wants to sit down. How you doing, Smudgy?
I'm cold.
It's because you're not wearing your jacket.
Y'all didn't want to get it dirty?
Well, you could have brought another jacket. So, how was SAC Anime?
It was fun.
So you said we were actually with you. We were doing it was Friday night, so we would have been doing Kyber Cave After Dark, and you were saying that 2 people came down with COVID. There at they tested positive.
Yeah, they tested positive.
Tell them about the rapid test they're doing on the spot.
Yeah, at the testing site.
How do you guys feel about that? I mean, as 2 guys that go to a lot of cons, how do you feel about that rapid testing?
I didn't know that existed. So that was like bananas crazy. I didn't know that was like, wow, this is a thing.
Right.
Future.
Yeah, for me growing up, not only from the cosplay thing, but also from a EMS background, a lot of those are actually false positive versus false negatives. So I don't trust them, but it does give you a little bit of, okay, hey, it does give you some of the markers that, hey, you might be coming down with something like that. So it's a good predator for saying, okay, you might be starting to get sick, but it's not the end all be all.
Right.
I didn't say I don't believe in all conspiracy things.
Okay, so kids, don't look behind the curtain at the Wizard of Oz. Just don't.
Okay, so what I
believe the test will work and you will be happy.
at least when you were telling me about it, what I appreciated about it was the fact that you could still go to the con. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't have a card, there was at least an option for you to go and do this thing. What I didn't necessarily like was, didn't you say it was like $40?
Yeah, $40.
Yep.
40 for I thought it was 30 for one day.
No, for the test.
Oh, yeah, the paper test.
Yeah.
Right, and that test is only good for that.
It's only good for 24 hours. Yeah.
All right. So it only gets you into the door for that event, essentially.
Yes. Yep.
So does that mean if I come back tomorrow for con, I have to do it again?
Yes.
So it's $40 a day plus your ticket price.
Yes.
40 a shot.
Damn. So so that's the part where I'd be like, ugh.
This is essentially the first time I've ever heard of like a COVID tax, as it were, because like the government's always been paying for the vaccines up to this point.
Right.
As far as I can tell, you can go to like Kaiser or wherever to get your free test if you want.
But you're part of the network for that.
Right, because it's part of your network. But this is like the first time that I've ever seen like, okay, now it's like, do you want to go to this optional event?
Right.
Now you gotta pay.
Right.
Unless you have the vaccine, so that's what it is. So
Yeah, Tattoo Trooper said $40 for the test and $30 to get in the event. So it's $70 for the day.
Yeah.
It was $30 to get in, right?
Well, I mean, it's $25 for the weekend if you prepay. So
Okay.
It depends. I mean,
40. Yeah, it was 40 for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
For 3 days. Okay.
It's more like a 40 a day if you buy the day of. So yeah.
Yeah, I know you can buy in advance and get discounts and
It
stuff
was
like that.
30 for Saturday, 25 for Friday, and 20 for Sunday.
Wow.
But, it's always Saturday.
Man, I'm having very conflicted feelings about this. Like, on the one hand, I think it's kind of good, but on the other hand,
The fact the option exists, that's cool. Because, like, on the other hand, further confusion in San Jose, they just shut that down.
right?
Nope, your con's done. Like, yeah.
Did for the one that you were talking about where it was shut down? Did people prepay for those tickets?
Oh, I'm sure a lot of it, and hotels, and airfares. So luckily, they're getting refunds.
I heard they shut themselves down because
That was
the staff.
Staffing.
Yeah.
Was the reason.
Oh, the staffing at the hotel or the con?
Oh, the con. I think like just stop staffing.
Wow. Dang. It's a crazy time period we're living in.
But we saw that earlier this last year, where Silicon with Adam Savage went forward, but Anime was shut down. Like didn't happen in San Jose. Crunchyroll didn't happen in San Jose. These were all events that would have happened right there at the same San Jose convention.
At the same place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and when we went to Silicon, they required masks, but there was no card or anything.
That was the weird part. Yeah, like now that you don't, but then now you do.
Right.
I think now they can't because I don't mind it being like a little
Anime Con, well, Hotel Reg for Anime Con would be this Tuesday.
Hotel Ridge?
Hotel registration.
Oh, hotel registration.
They are trying to move forward with Anime 2022.
What? Okay, I noticed you're wearing the Fanime shirt. But what is Fanime? I don't know that one.
It's Anime Con. It is a convention that their title is by fans for fans.
But is it geared towards anime or comic books or?
It's like SAC Anime and that's what it is.
Okay.
It's an anime convention. It's a party convention. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's a party con.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I heard more about these party cons after Friday's show. I was like, why the hell am I not going to cons?
That's why I want to go.
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, they were saying that a lot of these cons, Don, like there's parties, like after parties happening. We just don't necessarily know that they're because we're not on the inside circle.
I need to be on the inside scoop. So if you know about the inside scoop,
Yeah, let us in.
so that I can be on the inside scoop.
Kevin going to Stockton Con tomorrow. Oh, Tattoo Troopers asking if you're going to Stockton.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, is your costume going to be a secret, or can you tell us? Do we get a secret?
Oh, I always decide the last minute.
Oh, I actually know what the heck I'm doing.
Oh, you're going to Stockton as well?
I am.
Oh.
Drew Ranger Blue. So I'll be the Tricera Ranger.
Yeah. I know I don't have any money to go or anything either, Ezra. So
What I'm doing.
what are you doing?
I'm working.
Oh, sorry. All right. So back to this helmet.
But yeah.
So we will find out tomorrow what costume.
So is it?
All right.
All right, well, you guys at the shows, keep your eyes open for the Kyber Cave family. Well, moving around.
Woohoo!
So I've got a number of little colors on my palette, all similar in tone, but not really.
So they're all separated out. You haven't mixed colors together, right?
Not yet. No, these are all separated out. These are most of the colors that I use these two as well. This is the raw sienna. You know what I mean? And I just kind of dab it in there. You know what I mean? Just go crazy with it. You know. And then
Yeah, it really does look like some dirt got in there.
wipe it off. You know, and you'll go in and do a little bit more.
So what's the point of wiping it off?
Because okay, so like I said, if you were Dinjar and if you were wiping off his helmet, that's exactly what you would be doing, right? Maybe haphazardly just kind of going at it, right? So if you see this, I wiped it off, right? But you can see right in that little ridge there, that stayed. Maybe you can't. Oh, there you go, right there.
A little bit, yeah.
You can see it right along there. You
Right.
can see that it stayed in there. So that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for a lot. You're looking for accumulation, right? So some of it, you're like that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there.
Right, it looks like a patch of dust. or
Right,
something.
exactly. So I missed it. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like I'm Dinjarin and I just missed that when I, did it. So I'm gonna take some of that and I'm gonna go around in random various places. And I'm not trying to go everywhere. I'm just trying to go in certain little spots here and there. Grab a little more. And just kind of throw it in specific areas. Sometimes I'll go a little bit crazier. I'll go like a little bit more, and I'll wipe it off a little bit less.
How much of this paint is actually going to stick to this helmet?
Some of it. it's hit or miss. You kind of get a feel for what you want to stay and what you don't.
And do you have to put like another coat of something over this to make the color stick, or
No, they'll stick. You don't because most of it is in areas that are gonna stick anyway. You know what I mean?
I know this is really hard. Oh, there you can see that on camera really good there. Looks like
Right.
somebody got some baby poo in there.
So this is a perfect area right along this ridge here. We're gonna throw a bunch in there of different colors. Now you're not gonna so barely.
You can't even really tell on that first.
You can
pass.
barely see it, but it's there. And you know what? I'm not going to go again with that color. I'm going to go again with a different color.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'll take some of this burnt sienna. You know what I mean? Throw that in there too. Maybe a little couple spots right here and here. You know, wipe that there.
Oh, I see.
You know, but see the way I just did it was a little bit too not randomized. You know, so I had to throw.
What do you think, Sewang?
Looks nice.
Throw some over here. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like there's got a little bit of rust maybe on there.
Right, just like, And if it's too much, you can always just take some water and take some off if you wanted to. But
so there's not really a specific way to do it. It's just kind of a feeling about doing
it's
it.
It's making sure that it's not too like
Patterned.
Yeah, like so. You know, as I said before, is humans have a really hard time being random. You know what I mean? We do things pattern-esque. You know, and you don't want to do that. You want to make it feel random. You want to make it feel like this is going to be one of my favorites right here. You want to make it, you want to make it feel like it's just completely, you know, like just hog wild, like this is just what got in there. You know what I mean? I had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm gonna take some of this now, and that in there too. Maybe some of this yellow.
What do you think, say, well?
Hold on a second. don't ask him yet.
Oh, so now you're mixing them directly together like that.
Okay.
Oh. Almost looks like some oil's leaking out of there or something.
Right. It feels more natural. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll take one of these sponges. What I did was I take a little bit of foam and I ripped it. So I didn't cut it. I ripped it on purpose. You know what I mean? So I can dab some in, and those I'm gonna leave. Right? I want to leave some on the surface. Maybe so it dried before I got a chance to like. You know what I mean? Clean it too much. You want to leave some on the surface. You know.
I want to paint this guy brass. So take the glue.
Again, we'll take it over here. Now my brush has a little bit too much black in there for me. So I'm gonna make sure I wipe it off.
So I want to maybe
a couple of knots and weld it on.
Is that just water?
It's just water.
I figured because you see the glue stuck in my hand so bad. Unfortunately, I just like just kicking in. I think if I do that, I should be able to salvage and say, okay, hey, these are actually just welds.
Oh, there you go. Exactly.
But Say Wong said he wanted a more of a heavy weathering, so that's what we're gonna do.
not.
Oops, sorry. So now this, wait, is there electronics in this helmet?
Yes.
There are. So what do we need to know when you're weathering with electronics? Things that have electronics, like this, it doesn't seem like you did anything special, like, you know. But if you were doing a lightsaber, you have to pull out the guts for that, or
It really depends on what you're doing. You know, you may not have to. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't.
right? Yeah, I guess if you're just doing like light weathering on the outside, you don't really doesn't really affect much on the inside.
Right. So this one, what I'm doing is actually I'm layering up different pieces right here, and I'm patting them in and I'm patting them off. So they're gonna leave like kind of like a little like residual residue.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it just kind of like breaks up that shine. But if it's too much, I can kind of take a little bit more off. And this way, it doesn't feel as.
They try to go for like a week.
And this, I'm guessing, would be an air vent on his real helmet.
Right.
So this almost makes it look like stuff has like been blowing out of the.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I want some pretty heavy.
Is that a Black Series? Yes, this is a Black Series helmet here. This one is not. That one's made out of a mold cast. So basically the idea was he was showing you that you can do this. You could take something that's already store-bought and do it, or you can have your own molds. You can weather anything, essentially. But yes, this is a Black Series Din Djarin helmet. Bless you. It belongs to Din Djarin back here.
Yeah, the cauldron because it's not cheap. I need to
It's like $80.
I want to get this in here. I want to get these in the. There's a little ridge right here that I want to right along there that I want to get to.
Get inside that ridge.
Yeah. It's hard to tell this shiny helmet, but it's there.
Right. No, it's getting there. It's really getting there.
It's a little by little thing. You got to kind of work up on it and just kind of. I want that yellow in there. I want a little bit.
How you doing, Smudgy?
Brighter.
I'm excited to work on my saber.
Burnt sienna, like that, and you don't want to wipe it away right away because then you'll take maybe too much away. But it's all about getting that feel for it and what you want to leave and what you don't. Because so the idea is this, right? Like everything is supposed to tell a story, so it's like. Okay, so some of it you've wiped away already. Some of it you've taken off. You know what I mean? This helmet's been around for a while, but that doesn't mean you've wiped away everything. Maybe you were just fought something, and now you have a little bit more in a certain area that got a little bit got in there.
Blood splatter.
Right, exactly.
or you have a favorite dead because you remember you're like, oh, this guy almost got me. You remember a good fight.
Right. Well, in the Clone Wars cartoon, there was actually a cutout scene that was a fight between Cad Bane and Boba Fett, and supposedly Cad Bane was the one that put the dent.
The big ding on the top of his helmet.
Right.
Or you're talking about the one that was on his cob piece, which was
No, that one's a whole. I'd like to know the story on that one.
I think you maybe ran afoul of it.
Shot me in the dick.
What? Oi, that was me, Richard. I don't know
Give me family juice.
Okay, that was the worst, stupidest thing I've ever done. Oi, my Richard. I feel horrible for that now, actually.
Pick that up like that, so you kind of has like kind of
Yeah.
took off the shine a little bit and just patted it.
So now, okay, so you're painting onto a flat. It almost seems like a chrome surface, but I know it's not really.
Yeah.
If you were to let this dry tonight and walk away, if he puts his hand on there, it's not going to smudge off later, is it?
No.
It's going to stick.
Yeah, it's gonna stick. It's paint. It's not. You know what I mean. If it rubs off, you can see actually right here. This is what we put on here, and I could rub it.
Oh,
this,
yeah,
This
yeah.
is from the other week, right? And like the black parts right there.
Yeah.
And it
Doesn't come off. Okay.
No. I mean, anything with wear and tear will come off, right? It's paint, so that's just kind of what happens. In this area too. Can't forget about that.
And that was the whole genius of George Lucas, especially in 1977. When you look at, well, first off, sci-fi wasn't a very popular cult genre back then. But when you look at a lot of the sci-fi stuff, it had been, because the directors and producers and everything were thinking of it as futuristic, everything looks so brand new and shiny and like it's never been touched. But George Lucas's vision was, Star Wars starts off and says it a long time ago, right? So these things are supposed to look old and lived in, even though they are futuristic to us. So now this helmet you got over here, Don, is that on plan for something, or
That is Sith Cat's helmet.
that's Sith Cats. Oh.
All right. In the works.
What are you gonna do with your helmet, Sith Cat?
Well, I've got a couple of themes tinkering with. I've got, of course, the Mau Mau theme I could do. With obviously a much more human-sized head, I could get one of those Asian rice hats.
Right.
Ninja hats, I could put that on it with the ears that poke through. So I think that'd be pretty cool, like a Samurai Jack look.
Right.
Or I could do, like, I'm thinking of, like, getting, like, one of those Egyptian, the mummy cosplays to go with it. So it could have, like, Egyptian Mandalorian theme.
Oh, wow.
Because, the whole, like, cat god kind of thing going to it.
Right.
So I could just mix it up. So,
So are you going to do this, like, in an all black as a base, or
that's
what
what
are
I
you?
think would be the most practical, because black would go well, I think, with both those. And then it's just kind of like, just make the whole, like go with the torso, kind of change up the kind of themes of it. I think that would be the ideal. Yeah.
Right. That is so cool. I think almost all of us will have Mando helmets at after this is all done. Different styles of Mando helmets. You know what you would do on yours?
If I want to do the what we talked about,
Yeah.
the bumblebee.
Cover that, and then we'll be ready to paint. I think we also try to figure out what we want to do with the helmet that you commissioned for me.
That's your helmet commission.
Oh, is that the Mando helmet?
Yeah, say again?
Do you know what you're gonna do? What style or what colors or?
It's gonna be like a flat, kind of a flat gunmetal black or gray. So you want to look like it actually is Beskar still, but have like a gold and copper brush. Because I'm a temple guard, so the colors for us are white and gold.
Oh, so you're gonna do a Temple Guard theme on your
That's
Mando
actually
helmet?
what I changed on this one. So she has the latest graphics. I'm gonna get the temple guard. I want to get the temple guard symbols here.
Oh.
If I can find a way to split the emblem, have the Mosasaur here on the bottom.
So it's a Temple Guard Mando mashup.
Like so.
Oh. So black, gold, and brown.
They only say there's the first Mando. They never say there wasn't another one. But it wasn't really well mentioned. Or I could be messing up my lore. To my knowledge, there's only one Mandalorian who was a Jedi, but I don't know.
They just said the first.
Oh, okay.
My original character is also a Mandalorian Sith, but yeah.
So,
Yeah, mine's Mando Sith too.
Yeah, I figured do this. I figure out how to do these. I'll need these marks on. Take some glue, maybe pile them up, and then maybe paint these. Make a with like these Duracell, so make it look like these are welded and repaired. So it's messed up kind of throw around.
All right.
And I cut later those workouts. Like, you know what? Welding.
Right. Oh, and we have a welder back here now.
Make it look like this is welding, and then carbon score the bejesus out of the rest of it.
Right. Yeah, I think I have a total of 4 cosplays I'd like to get done by this year. That's the one original character, the pilot, the Mando, and some kind of a Squid Game. I figured the Squid Game would be the easiest.
I've seen the Korean movie show episode, whatever. I can't figure out if it was a show or an episode because it looked kind of like a TV show, but it's
Squid Game?
the original one in Korea.
Squid Game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a series. It's like 9 episodes.
Yeah, because the original Korean was like one of them, I think.
Well, the Korean one is the 9 episodes on Netflix. Is that what you're talking about?
You think so? Because I remember watching it through in one as opposed to a series for 2.
Huh, I'm wondering if you watched a movie or something like.
Okay.
Because there was movies like Alice in Borderland and that were kind of similar to that genre, but it was like the death game genre.
Yeah.
Now, what if a client says to you, what would you do here if they said, I want it to look like a blaster bolt came across here? What would you do to that? Is that a matter of coloring? Would you?
Yeah, it's a matter of coloring. Well, again, it depends on what the item is, right? It depends on the lore of that item.
If I'm saying specifically, I want it to look on this helmet like a blaster bolt shot me this way.
Well, first I'd ask if they want it to look like. I would ask you if you want it to look like it was actually dented with a blaster bolt or just carbon scoring. If it's carbon scoring, that's as simple as painting. If it's not, then it's a little bit more complicated. Then it's more like I have to actually like carve into this thing. Now, sometimes that could be like as simple as like just taking a Dremel and just doing it, or even hand sanding, just a slight divot, because this specifically is a highly polished thing. So if I do something like that, you're going to notice it really heavily.
Right.
Any type of movement in this thing, you're going to notice. That's why you notice so much when people 3D print their helmets, because the high polish really brings that out.
Right.
It doesn't allow you to hide much.
As you can see, you may or may not be able to see. It's a little hard in video, but it's starting to come along there.
And I'm just grabbing random colors.
What do you think, Sewon? You're like a daddy waiting for his baby over here in the.
I think it looks great.
Hey, has anybody been watching Peacemaker? Is it just me?
No, is it just me?
Yeah, they had 3 episodes drop. I haven't decided if I like it or not yet. I've rewatched it a few times and I still can't decide if I like it.
That's pretty bad, bro. If you have to watch it 3 times and you can't decide if you like it, I don't like it.
Book of Boba Fett. I had to watch the first couple episodes twice. Wasn't quite sure.
I don't know though, because like the first episode of Book of Boba Fett was like kind of like, you know what I mean? I was not as excited as I wanted to be with it.
That's how I felt. But number 2, I felt made up for number 1.
Right. I was like,
and number 3 was like pretty good.
So
Number
3 was the best so far.
You thought 3 was the best so far.
Explain what they were going for with the Swoop Gang, because you remember the old since the gang turned the mods.
Spoilers.
When they were
No, spoiler alert. That's this week's.
Good. That was just shut off.
Yeah, that was the one that was this week.
We're back in. I will go into it.
I thought they were very interesting. The first thing I thought was Power Rangers, though. That was the first thing I was like, dude, they all look like. There's the Green Ranger, there's the Yellow Ranger, the Blue, Red. It was exactly Power Ranger and Voltron.
I'm about to go tell you anything that happened in the first episode. I think they're going for like the '60s mod gang. You see the guys on the scooters,
right?
Especially in Italy. You see the ones with all the weird mirrors and all that.
Right.
That's what they did during like what we call the mod squads.
Right. That was the feel. they were going with that, and they were talking about, because I saw some like behind the scene theories and stuff, and they were saying, because it was a cybernetic gang, it was supposed to evoke almost that like Clockwork Orange feel of the late 70s and 80s, where
that would have been 70s or 80s, not
Or-
with the design of computers.
well, this
transition between mid to late, about maybe late 70s.
yeah.
I got a very cyberpunk feel to it. That's what I felt when I was watching it. It was a very cyberpunk. That threw me out of it real bad. You know what I mean? I did not.
Did it throw you out of Star Wars,
Yeah,
or
because it didn't feel like Star Wars to me. Those things that they were doing, so they didn't seem like Star Wars. You know what I mean?
You out of the galaxy.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that. It was too like.
was it specifically just the bikes or the gang?
No, the gang was fine. That made total sense to me.
Cybernetic gang,
absolutely.
yeah.
That was
Because everybody got cybernetics in Star Wars.
right, and the fact that they were, you know what I mean, like they were.
Well,
Like specifically a gang that did that, you know what I mean? That was cool.
Right.
I like that. That was awesome. That was a cool little idea that they put in there. But like I said, the bikes were just they were just too new. That's what it felt like. You know what I mean? They were just too new.
Right.
It was like kind of how in episode 1, it was just the lightsabers, everything just felt a little bit too new to me. You know what I mean? Like I understand that that's where they were in that time period, but at the same time, it still wasn't new.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It didn't feel right. But it was still really good. It was a good episode.
Yeah, reminded me of my old biker gang DVDs, because one of them featured like a monster trying to pick a fight with like Hell's Angels. Oh, what a bad idea! It was.
Dude, I will tell you what though. As whatever you may say, dude, I hella want one of them. Dude, if those scooters existed, I would be all about that thing.
Right? No, that'd be cool in real life, but not in Star Wars. Cool design, crappy execution.
It's a good concept. It's like, okay, why the weird, throwback vintage thing? Because this is like not even the generation type thing that Star Wars was in.
I'll tell you what though, Don, I think you're gonna be getting a lot more phone calls for Tusken Raider stuff. I think everybody's gonna be doing Tusken now.
Oh, I was.
Dude, those Tuskens were so bad,
I was
dude.
impressed with the Bedouin team that they did.
Bedouin?
Bedouin?
I don't know.
Arabic Bedouin areas like Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
The tribes that go through there.
Yeah, right.
It has that particular culture to it.
I thought that was all that was really, really cool. I thought they did a really good job with that.
With the Tusken lore.
Yeah, I really like how they kind of rewrit what they were about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I love their special. Okay, each tribe, while they are similar, have their own particular beliefs per whatever clan part of.
Right. In episode, what was it, number 2? I think it was interesting because they specifically mentioned he was like, some tribes are violent or whatever. So it gives you the idea that different tribes kind of
take their whatever. It's like the view of their religion or the culture and the traditions, and kind of go extreme one way or sometimes not the other.
Right. And on one of the YouTubers was even paralleling the Raiders story with the early Wild West in the United States with the Native Americans. You know what I mean? How
I could see that actually. I could agree.
Right. Very interesting.
Because the classic thing of okay, here's the person moving in, here's the indigenous, and here's where the cultures, clash his skulls.
Right. Ooh, look at that.
That was really heavy. A little bit heavier than I wanted, so we're gonna pull it back.
Not a big deal.
Throw some. Taking a paintbrush here so I don't mix the black with it. I'm gonna throw some of this in here to contrast it.
Yeah, do you want to figure out a way to make you a shoulder belt? That'd be easy because then you put the trim underneath and you're in bang shape. Or the extra other 2 sheets of center I have here because we've already got 6, 3 for you, 3 for me. She wants a shoulder belt for a smuggler.
Oh. And I have more too. I also have foam if you guys. I have the thick foam for the helmet, and I have the EVA foam as well.
Yeah, so I'll need to at least make one folder for mine. But I don't know how to do by doing that.
Yeah. At some point, I gotta make my fat chest armor.
Oh yeah.
Boba Fett chest armor. Don't get the viewers confused.
Yeah, what?
I said Boba Fett chest armor. Don't get the viewers confused.
Oh, yeah.
They might think this is a different kind of show.
I said fet armor.
I know, but you said, never mind, forget it. Doesn't matter. The point is,
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. Do it.
I know exactly what you said.
100%. How's it coming, Smudge?
Still need to buy the undershirt and the cummerbund and the chest piece, the back plate.
Oh yeah, slowly piece by piece. Eh?
That's what I'm doing with one of the cinch sheets when I get it. I'm trying to mold it to my back. But the
I
other part
actually found a seller. Just need to paint. When I get it, I just gotta paint it.
You gotta buy it.
Just paint. Well, it's not painted or anything. It's just the
raw
piece. You still gotta sand it and paint it and.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you got some trade work for Don. So. But keep in mind, I was gonna say, are you sure you want those blasters? Because weren't those the ones that you couldn't fix before?
Yes.
I mean, but they would look great even if it was wall pieces or for cosplay.
Exactly. I'm cool with it.
Did Zipcat leave?
I went to Home Depot. Yeah, I went to get stuff from Home Depot.
How do you keep missing that? You miss every time Zipcat leaves.
Wait, all of a sudden he's not here.
You have no idea when Zipcat leaves.
We need to put a bell on that guy or something.
Yeah, it's funny. Every time I walk into our room, it kind of does a soundtrack they play after their cat games. Just run it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they always have these weird like tiger, cougar sounds like roars, and there's just random meow. Tito dies every time she hears it.
Every time.
she watches it.
Last
Without
week I wasn't even
fail.
here, and I asked, "Is Zipcat there?" I wasn't even last week.
Yeah, I don't think anybody showed up last week, right? I think it was just us, right?
Zipcat showed up.
Did Zipcat? Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my! Wow, man. I really hope.
I have no concept for. I'm so sorry, Kevin.
I wasn't even here. I knew that.
That's right, because that was the night we were talking about the SAC anime stuff. No, wait, no, that was Friday night. That was Friday's show. Saturday show.
The show.
Oh, we did the padding on my helmet. I was like, what did we do last week?
Last week we talked about was it like toxicity of the.
Right. Well, that was the Friday shows. We have 3 shows a week now, so I can't keep track of like.
I gotta catch up on that.
Huh?
Do you really?
We do Friday, Saturday, and Sundays now.
See, I thought I was getting ambitious with the 3 names under the Tina's Teeny Trinket thing.
Oh my gosh! If you go to our website, we technically have 3 separate businesses under Kyber Cave.
God.
We have Kyber Cave Sabers and Props, Kyber Cave Machining, and Kyber Cave Productions.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm hoping this week. Money was supposed to be in today, but if it wasn't in today, that means it should be here Monday or Tuesday, which means I can now call somebody to come look at the machine. Yeah. But our classes got pushed back, though. We were supposed to start.
I'm so upset about that. I talked to him, by the way.
Oh, the instructor?
I sent him a message. That's why I knew about the thing before that happened. And he originally said it was going to be like the 7th of next month. And then he was like, well, probably not. He said that, he sent a message out to everybody. So.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how that's going to. Oh, no. I think they said the lab's going to be like a little bit longer or something to make up for the weeks that we missed on lab.
Do you need more paper towels?
Dude.
I can be as box.
Oh, jeez. Thank you. I'm just looking back at it thinking maybe it's a little bit too much, so I'm just going to wipe some of it off. You know what I mean?
Well, the client is in the room.
Yeah. There's a level. There has to be a level of, you know what I mean? Like,
I like that one random spot right there.
What's that?
You are out of paper towels.
We're out of paper towels?
That's an accident. I didn't know that was there.
Oh.
I gotta get rid of that. Actually, that was
If actually long, actually, that would have been like, I thought it was like oh, that actually
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It looked pretty good.
Well,
Huh?
okay, so
Oh, no, you're the one that has to wear it if you don't like it.
I was thinking asking first because, like, yeah, like, that was like it took a dinger in the back of the head.
if you want to do that, you want to do it a little bit more subtly.
To me, it looked like almost like you were walking under a ship and the oil, just one drop of oil hit your helmet.
Or wearing your helmet walking out San Francisco instead of getting hit by a very sick pigeon.
Ew.
Jesus.
San Francisco pigeon.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be one of those horrible seagulls.
I like that because it looks like it's almost like splashed.
Yeah.
It's done in like layers.
Very nice. Where would one go to find more paper towels?
What was that?
Where would I go to find more paper towels? You're out in the bathroom.
If we're out in the bathroom, we are out.
If we're out of the bathroom, then we have none.
At that point, your shirt is the next paper towel.
Thank God I wear black. Going around, making sure I didn't miss any crevices or anything like that.
Oh, that looks really good. What do you think, Long? You're awfully quiet, dude. You're the one that's gonna have to wear this thing.
Yeah, they don't have to wear it, but it's yours, so I suggested you.
You spent a lot of money on it.
I was about to say, he's like, you know what? Yeah, you can turn into a shelf queen. What's the point?
Hey, what do you think? Tell me what you think. Tell me if you want me to add some, take some away. What do you want? It's up to you.
Okay, I would probably.
Take,
remove this.
take some of that.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I like how you mix the different colors, though. It's not just the black.
Right. That's kind of part of the thing, though. You know what I mean? You can't just go with one color.
I will say, dude, I really hate. I will not name names, but you probably are going to know who I'm talking about right away. But I really hate a particular lightsaber company that when you order a weathered saber from them, I mean, it looks like it was just on a spindle and someone just took sandpaper and just rubbed that area. It doesn't look like it's sanded, but it's all the way around and it's even, so it doesn't look. You know what I mean?
Like spotty. Okay,
right.
So what are your thoughts? Do you want more
Exactly.
some places or less some places? Go ahead, take a look around it. Look around.
I really like that back.
That back is amazing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because I had the ideas like put a dinger on there. Take if I can figure out how to see your property.
Huh?
Like with a
Contemplating, should I add something to the
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can do
side
it.
or not?
Sounds like
I think we're good.
Don, can you come check out my sword?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
I think we're good.
You think you're good?
Yeah, I
That was
think.
really good.
Okay. We'll just give it a good look once over. Make sure I didn't.
You can see how it's really gotten there in the crevices. I really like that back, and it almost looks like I said, if this was a real helmet, I would think would be an air vent, and you can see how the polishing makes it look almost like air has been blown out of there. Moisture is kind of accumulated.
Saber company, Ultra or Forge?
Forge. when you get a weathered saber from them, it just
Either one, really.
well, can you get weathered sabers from Ultra?
I got one. I got the Neophyte from you, the Saber Forge.
Saberforge, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, that's Saberforge, yeah. But the way they do it is.
Neophyte from you, the one that I got, the little Shoto.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that.
It has the light, right? But with this, you see how like the weathering is more randomized. When you get their saber, it just looks like somebody took sandpaper on it and just held it over while a mill was spinning. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, so in their defense, and I really hate to come to their defense because But in their defense, like they're not a custom saber company. You know what I mean? They're doing something that they can mass produce, and that's easy to produce that way.
Yeah, but if you're gonna sell a
right.
weathering,
I mean, yes,
you should do something that looks like actual weathering and not just sandpapering. You know what I mean?
Right, and you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. You know, but to be honest, the people who are buying those are not the same people going to buy a, you know,
Quality saber.
the quality. I was trying to think of like a name of a quality saber. I was gonna say my own. Or like a.
What's that?
Yeah, most of Saber Forge, they'll just take the fully paint and then just sand it down.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but I found out Saber Forge is a Chinese company, just the same as like LGT and
What?
yeah. I've always thought they were an American company.
I thought they were based in Oregon.
Well, they are based in Oregon.
Based in Oregon, but that's not where the stuff is made.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rebels and the was it the LG you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, my Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
They're all
it's just they're basically just all most of the same companies we have are mostly just basically importers.
right. A lot of there's three really big ones right now. There's LGT, YDD is the original, and then TQX I think is the other one.
There's also Corvette and
Yeah, well, Corvette's an importer, right? Or
their hilts are basically the 89 Sabers hilts.
which is an Indonesian company, isn't it? Isn't it 89
89
Sabers?
Sabers is mainland China.
So it's a Chinese. Okay, yeah.
I need to think of Japanese saber company, but yeah, Rebel. No, remember the problems I had with
I
them?
don't hate it.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a banned company in the saber community.
Oh, is it?
In fact, it's kind of funny because I'm still
friends.
friends with them on Facebook, but just so I can like watch, like, just because, like, you know,
Watch Dumpster Fire.
well, just to see what's going on and how he's still staying alive. I just think it's interesting from a business point of view.
You're gonna lose it with a friend.
You're like this son of a bitch. Yeah, that's what he thinks. Okay. My experience with them for my saber.
Well, you actually got yours though, so I mean,
Yeah, after like constantly stalking him.
yeah.
A few more touch-ups, but I think that is good. If you want to.
That's amazing.
That's a sexy. Hey, look what you got there.
Weeks and weeks and weeks of hunting it down.
Yep. All I need is just a window
If you
tint,
want.
the visor.
Next week, I'll
Oh yeah,
bring
you're gonna
my,
do this darker.
my saber, like my.
Does this visor come out?
Yeah, you can.
If you
just
try to
have
do it by hand too much right now, we might kind
Oh.
of
detach,
You know what I'm saying?
unscrew, and then.
I feel like you have to take the visor out, put like a film down,
So
and
what we're
then
gonna do is-
put it back in.
This is the top of the sander. We're gonna run it like
Yeah,
this and sand it like this.
not
And then we're gonna run it like this and sand it like this. And once we have the sides, we could do the
Profile.
The profile. So we'll sand it like this, and then for the
Yeah,
actual
That's pretty much it.
the front of the blade tip, we'll tilt it like this. And just do that.
All that's needed now is to go the cheaper option and just window
What are you
tint
going
this.
for this?
Window tint, yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's kind of
According
reminds
to
me
the
of-
Mando
it
Mercs,
reminds me of the
that's what they-
Shinkenger,
They just is that what they do? They choose window tint.
Some window
That's the sand-
tint and
yeah,
some
so
Are you
keeping
just
keeping
get-
this all a circle or what?
they just replace
No.
this completely and put.
You already have
My
one.
entire
Yeah,
body is
darker.
covered in dust.
Some-
he just
Some
gets
use
sand on
welding
the side.
masks.
Oh.
Tinted welding
Yeah, that's
masks.
not like just go.
Seems
kinda,
a little
Go
dark.
rinse your hands
Yeah.
off and just kind of running around the water over your eyes for a couple seconds.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna do it, like just maybe I don't know, do something with this. Make it less joust.
It's you want to hold this for a second?
More like rectangle.
Right.
It is going to be rectangle. And then I was thinking right now, it's
89
gonna
Sabers,
be
there's also
like
The patch store.
like like a spear.
Oh yeah, the patch store is something else. I'm super judgmental about everybody though. So
It's cheap. I mean, they're horrible. They're cheap, but
I had a can of Dr.
They're
Pepper.
cheap.
like Qui-Gon Jinn
What'd you say?
sabers.
I was looking for my drink. I had a can of Dr. Pepper somewhere.
Oh, your son took it.
That would explain things.
Behind the welder's mask.
Oh,
Yeah,
Qui-Gon
son of a
Jinn saber
bitch.
is from the patch store.
I didn't
But
know.
don't realize
She said
having
something.
issues
You.
with the freaking
It was my drink.
config file. It's a coffee saver.
Really, you-
Blasters? Go ahead. Oh, with the config file for your trophy usage.
Hey, Don, do you mind if when we do my saber, if I actually do it?
Absolutely.
I would love to. Yeah. It looks very fun the way you do it. I'm gonna go outside for just a moment, and then I'll be back.
Oh.
Ah. But the,
Yeah, this is the one I like right here.
because the other one's the Luke one.
Oh, it's just so freaking cool.
Yeah, because Luke has one that's with the sight way down the side like that too.
It's actually a real gun.
Yeah, because if you look at the promo picture of Luke when he's posing, that's what his optic looks like.
The black fighter is like
A bit longer.
no black. They just take
Sheesh.
some shoe polish and just
So what do you want to trade here? I like this one first of all.
first
See,
off,
unfortunately, I don't think I got. See, I'd like to trade you for that one, but because it would look close to what I've been going for my Luke.
having config functions for my
Hey, you never point a gun, even if it's a silhouette at somebody.
Oh, right.
We can start off with that.
Okay.
That's mostly like
That's about as preachy as you get with me.
Yeah, we had that once before, didn't we?
yeah.
It was
mostly
having
the-
It was having an issue with the
Definitely not as
swing
good as
sensitivity,
mine.
right? Something like that.
yeah, like some
See, you got the weird version of the bayonet. Give me 10 minutes to reload, and I'll compensate for a chainsaw.
Yeah, the problem is like something's just like that's why
Huh?
I hate Brofate. Because I always have so many issues with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we could definitely start with that for sure.
I mean the hip and leg plates I can wait till
Right.
Oh wait. You need the-
Oh, that's the bottom piece, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scott Vandenberg of the Blaster Factory.
Well.
Yeah, I've been wanting one of these so bad. You know what I really want though? Like more than one of these is the Mando Blaster. Oh,
Oh, the-
I want
oh,
that
the-
so freaking bad.
Oh, the Blast Star 35, or whatever version. No, West Star 35.
Yeah,
West
yeah,
Star.
Yeah. Western, yeah. Oh man, it's just so freaking cool.
I have that too. It's in like
I know you do.
yeah.
that one you're not trading for though, I assume.
Hey, babe, you know,
Unless you are.
Rochelle's killed. You know
Because
that
that
from
one. Oof. Han Solo's cool. He is. You know what I mean? And the guns are the blasters are cool.
They are comic to him.
They are. But when it comes down to it,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're his, so. But yeah, when it comes down to it, like that, I don't know what it is about Din Djarin's blaster. It's just so freaking cool.
And it's on this. Cereal.
Oh right, you said that you had somebody do that, right?
Yeah, the stampings are on there also.
Ah.
Like I said, you can build the gun mode and you kicked in.
This is the bottom portion of it.
That's cool. Where'd you get that?
It's a kit from a site called the Blaster Factory.
Oh, you have,
Yeah.
you have like a Danix deal?
Yeah.
Mauser,
Yeah. And for the accurizing, I sent it to a guy, Crucible Custom Props. He added like you see the serial stamping,
Yeah.
military acceptance proof, the crown of rear right here.
So he actually has the military marking. At the
Yeah.
stamps.
Yeah. Which in and of itself, I'm like, this must have been really tedious to do. You gotta hold it and just.
Actually, these are just simple hand stamps.
Yeah, that's how we did it.
Like you notice each number is different. It's an individual small stamp.
Yeah.
Is that what you
So
needed?
you have your inspector seal, serial number.
Oh, good.
Crown of rear is right there.
That's the stuff. You got it.
Yep, you got good markings. That's impressive.
Awesome. So this stuff sticks.
Yeah, I actually know an old man who calls me when he says when I die. He's gonna give me his deal for his mother.
Oh.
So he actually took it off of a Nazi officer that he killed after he dropped it on me.
Anything that you know about truck good paint? Is
So
it
that means that you can-
smooth
yeah,
or it's
yeah,
an
yeah.
extra thick
Yeah,
layer?
It's thicker. It's stronger. It's supposed to be like a.
Here,
it's-
one
it's
house.
texture.
Take all your
That's what I
fucking
want.
valuables.
It's texture flow. Things that are smooth are a little bit just
That's all. And that was
I don't know. You get a lot more control with something that's not smooth.
So the idea is that people buy a pickup truck, they want to add this to it just to like.
What it's
Really
supposed to
really
do is like to give you a durable finish on your truck bed, so that when you put something on it, it's not going to scratch it up.
I love that it's got functionality.
So if you put something,
I could do
a piece of metal or something like that in the back of your truck, you're going to scrape it up. So you put a couple layers of this, and it's supposed to be good. Now, it has better ones, obviously stronger ones, but this is perfect for this because of the fact that number one, it gives you a texture finish. Number two, it's a durable finish, right? So the paint's not going to scratch off as easily.
Because the guy who worked on those, he has built live fire
Clear the
pistols.
splash zone.
Right, you might want to, everybody just kind of back up if you don't mind. Thank you.
It actually might be really rare because it turns out they may have more of them. But mine was the first right. From 1956 when it was made.
This guy's so precise that when he makes things, he does that little like thing on.
Ooh, that does smell
Salt Bay
bad.
guy. Yeah, what they called him.
This guy doesn't use shakers, he just uses pinches.
I've been laughing if you did that. That's baptized with Jesus out of your arm. I'd be cracking up.
Not wearing the paint yet.
Reach recipes
Very
are
cool.
pinches.
I've done this numerous times.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Take this.
Look out, Van, don't get in the splash now.
You know what? Part of me is like half tempted. I was like, hey, screw this. I don't care if my helmet like it's workout. They have like, I got the white eye spots there. If I
That was the goal for Van. He was going to make the Kyber helmet for the narwhal there.
Get a little loopy something.
Was that the
Paint in here.
next time we were gonna come up here, remember, and the spray paint. And then fun with it.
All right. Hey, we're all
Because I don't do that here in my front yard.
Oh, there's that blaster. Ooh, look at that sexy. Oh, there's two blasters.
I got a little.
Ooh, look at those sexy things.
Bad for doing an entire helmet.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of fun. We're all kind of hot boxing right here with the paint.
We're getting stoned at the Kyber cave off of paints. Hey, Al, what is going on? You guys need ventilation, no doubt. Yes, that would be correct. We do have when. Okay, so during the summertime, the idea is we have this whole back area that we were going to open up. That gate opens, and the idea was to do painting over near there, or a paint booth, right? Yeah. So the idea was to do painting in that area when it's not quite as cold, but it is cold in here.
I add a magnet inside there. I've seen the guys do that. You know what I mean? Trying to shoot all kinds of
Doesn't do this anymore until out the bottom.
Because that magnet, I can feel it is not very strong.
Yeah, you can tell it's like a not so strong need attempting to be like a need did he?
Right. So I'll probably drill that out. Put a new one in there, and then put, like I said, another one in there.
Those are sexy, dude.
Yeah, this is really nice. I'm really digging this one.
Are they pretty? Oh God, they're heavy.
Oh yeah, they're heavy.
Are they pretty accurate? Do you think?
Yeah, they're accurate. Yeah. Especially if it came from him, then yeah, they're accurate.
So many. Oh, what did you just say? I'm gonna go back to that. So many options. Oh, I missed the chat. Oh, comments. There we go. So many options with that space. Yes, I wish you were here to help us use it, because I don't even know all the things to do with this space.
I'm gonna put these back on the table.
You know what I thought would be a pretty sweet idea for a business model?
Already. Well, this is yours.
So do we want to trade places maybe, and you talk in through here? And
Yes. So, but do you want to do the thing first?
yeah, the crack thing. Or, yeah.
All right, let me do that, and then I'll.
Ooh. So I'm very excited. This is my personal Shoto Saber. This is an MHS build. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a blaster's point in here and put a Kyber crystal in here. So it'll look, this will be weathered and battle damage. So the first thing we're going to do is cut a spot where you'll be able to see the crystal through inside. It won't be a thing where you'll be able to, all in good time. Yes, I hope so. You won't be able to open it or anything or access the Kyber crystal, but you'll be able to see it through kind of the damage part of it.
They do a great job of like beaming up there.
Yeah, I'll be excited when we can get you to come up here and visit, Mr. Al.
And she gave me $30 and said, my table and that table.
Just letting it dry down.
Yeah, so I figured what I'm going to do for the openings is take some hot glue, do like a small beach and kind of make it look like welds. So my idea of this being Durasteel, the rest being Beskar. So the Durasteel decorations got wrecked at some point. I have a roller.
They gave me $30. It was a really quick thing. Now,
We get a chance to ask them how to do a raise part of Mandalore for the middle there.
that would be a really
Yes, basically.
because you like
You wanna
give me $50 on the house for it. All like little signs where you can set
It is one of those things. Yeah, they do need to plan ahead of time. Like you can't.
Well, thank you. I love having different people hang out here. Different people are working on different pieces of armor. You came in a little bit later, so stay Wong there in the baseball helmet. He just had his Mando helmet weathered. So tonight's topic specifically was weathering. And he wanted a heavy weather on his Mando helmet. And you can see how the different browns have been mixed in, black. This is Sith Cat's Mando helmet. Now this is a fresher mold, so you can see this is exactly what it looks like once the mold comes out. Sith Cat hasn't done anything to his yet. But mine started off with this ridge on top as well that I sanded down. And you can see on mine that has no ridge on top. So this helmet just needs a little bit more padding on the top of that one, and that one is done. And I will be working on my saber tonight.
I had made
Realistically, if I could just find a way somebody's going to make this
And Sven is working on his sword. Oh, and it looks like Don's helping him get his tip down. Ooh. Yeah, it's a lot of fun having different people here building their projects. Like I said, as we're going forward, people will be working on more whatever projects we are working on. But all of these people started with their own projects, and we kind of got started back in November. So we're letting everybody finish out their own. Are you done with that cape, or are you still working on that cape? Oh, you even brought it. Oh, wow. So this is the weathered cape that they've been working on. Oh, that looks really good. You can see the blaster burn marks in there. Oh, yeah. That looks really good. There's some paint added in there. Digging it. Slowly but surely, Din Djarin is coming together. You got Luke Skywalker completely done over here.
Did the New Hope, but I just need to update my leg flares. So
Yeah.
right now it's a weird combination of A New Hope and Rogue One.
You're usually cleaning out
Rogue One.
Get to the final shape.
Yeah, if you look, I forget, like I said, you see the leg flares that the Resistance pilots have, right?
Right.
So in Rogue One, they actually use those.
Right.
So, like I said, my because that's what my leg flares are. They are those torpedo-looking flares.
Right.
So I need to get the A New Hope cigar cylinder-looking ones.
Okay.
But that's
So many tiny little details to know about these costumes.
otherwise, the uniforms are exactly the same. So just about Legion certifiable at this point.
That is so cool. Well, I'm going to be taking your lead. Once you are certifiable, I'm just going to be buying everything where you bought it. No need to reinvent the wheel.
Like I said, since your chest is a little bit bigger than mine, remember, once I get the new flag jacket in from PX Props, I'm going to give you the other one I have. Because your chest is a little bit bigger, so it wants to sit maybe right here.
Right.
I think that'll fit on you.
Okay.
My chest is about a 48 around. And they say they did it for, but
Uh-huh.
my new one, but I don't know. I think they just generically did it, and you're just a little bit broader than mine.
Right.
So I think it'll fit. I think this one I meant to bring it for you to try, but
Dope.
I failed miserably. So like I said, once I try something,
Bless you.
it's yours, like I promised you.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, pal, gotta help another fly boy.
You broke your case or something?
Yeah, I was gonna turn into a Teen Titans communicator,
Oh, nice.
but it broke.
I forgot about they have those little round communicators.
Hey, actually, you just glue the case when you get it set. Because all it is the accent pieces.
Oh, something break.
I somehow forgot how to. Okay. I was like, I don't know how to put the sauces over.
I figured I was broken half though because say when I had to get like the little wire, I had put the case on side, screw through it, put the washer, and then put the ring on there, which had the antenna going through it. So okay, you don't want to break the case open anyway because if you want it to work,
Right.
you don't want to have it on the hinge because you're gonna have that whatever point of the hinge is gonna stop.
Can't do that now. But we're gonna
Especially if you're feeding it.
It's gonna.
So this is the Dremel tool, right?
Yeah, this is a Dremel tool with an attachment to it, like this. So I got these like little nails all about here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Hang it. Now this is a cutting bit. So aluminum doesn't like sanding. If you try to sand aluminum, it'll kind of like mar up or like fill up all the sanding ridges with like aluminum because it melts really easily. So you have to kind of cut aluminum. And that's why I'm using this because it cuts the aluminum as opposed to sanding. So put it at a moderate speed here. Now I know that in this one I want it to be from about, let's say.
Now you've already kind of done the measurements inside to figure out where.
To about here. So I'm gonna do it from here to here.
Good.
I'm gonna start off.
Did the tech figure out why the spindle on the CNC blade was vibrating? No, I'm going to be hiring a mechanic to come in this week to work on that for us and get us up and going. That is, I think, the last little bit, that and just checking our oil lines to make sure nothing else is leaking, and we should be up and running at that point. Now, you may or may not be able to see. He's actually cutting in. You have used wax. You have to use wax. Is that what you're saying, Alan?
He's referring to cutting aluminum, probably.
Do you sometimes use wax to cut aluminum? Or?
I have not.
You can use candle wax with the Dremel. Is that a cutting technique, or what is that about, Al? Is that something to save the Dremel or something, or? Oh, that was cool. It's lube. So I guess you use candle wax as lube.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the cutting flutes don't clog. What are cutting flutes? Do you know?
Yeah. So these are cutting flutes. So see how it has like the breaks right there?
Oh, in the very tip?
Yeah. So it has all those little breaks. Those are what cut it. So it's a whole bunch of little blades that kind of like rip at it simultaneously. So those are the flutes. So sometimes the flutes will get like clogged up with like material and stuff like that, and they'll kind of get gunked up. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with these as much. You know what I mean? It works pretty well. But I get like diamond bits too, and they work really well too.
I figure while I'm doing the actual painting, weathering on this, maybe we take out the Mando helmet. The Mando, we only have the top little section left to do on this helmet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like how it's like not a straight line, it's like curved.
Right, yeah, yeah.
You say safety glasses? You want me to grab you some safety glasses?
Just to make the couple them happy, yeah.
You're right. There are things that we should be doing better, I guess, especially if we're doing videos demonstrating how to do these things. Safety glasses. Thank you, Al.
I'm putting them on.
So you're basically using this tool to go all the way through, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I slowly take off a little bit by a little bit.
Layer.
Yep. And you don't want it to be a clear hole through, right? Because it's supposed to be like basically like a cut through the saber. So
right.
You're gonna want little spots and little things that are higher, and this actually lends to that. We're gonna widen this area right here a little bit. Once we through it,
yeah,
we can kind of understand what we can see through inside,
okay.
And then we'll widen up a little area and change it up a little bit.
Will the crystal inside actually be able to light up, or will it just be Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, and there it goes. There's that hole. So excited. So if you want a Mando helmet yourself, you can contact Don at Darkside Sabers, and he can get you a helmet in whatever stage you need. If you want it, raw, and you want to sand and paint your own, or you want to do all of it, you've got a helmet for every budget.
Glasses are fogging up.
Oh, I like that.
Such a pain in the butt. I hate any boot that has that knee cover on the top because when you're trying to deal with move, I don't like it. They always get in the way.
Yeah, you could do with that orange coat of yours. No, usually make a SCP sign on the front. This is deep class personnel. Take one of those SCP characters from the
You get all the sticker off. Mm. Oh, that's looking really nice. Yeah, adding those different ridges that really adds depth and dimension to it.
Right, it makes it seem a little bit more.
That looks cool. So cool. That looks great.
I think that'll be enough to see the crystal inside. But it's your saber, so what do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, because it'll be glowing. Because you'll be
Right, you'll be able to see the crystal inside. It's a slight crystal reveal.
Right,
You know what I mean? I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think that's good or bigger, or
Awesome.
should it be bigger? Because I think you'll be, if the crystal's lit up, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah. That
Through
looks
there.
amazing.
There you go. Put some dry ice in that bad boy.
oh.
Listen, there are ways to make fucking little smoke machines.
Yeah.
not in something that small. Stop trying to make Everybody's always making me do all this crazy shit.
And
like
tiny things.
Small little sabers. They're like, I have a saber that's 1 inch tall. Can you give me 3S?
I have a Keebler Elf Saber. Wow, that looks super cool. And it feels nice too. Like you don't have a lot of like,
It's not very jagged.
jutting.
Well, it's one of the reasons
Rubber
why I use
finger.
the ball end, because otherwise you
Yeah,
have a
rubber
little
finger.
bit more. I can see it. He doesn't want to.
Forget you. I like it.
No.
No, it's completely smooth. You can't feel any
Yeah,
sharp edges or anything.
Yeah, when I do some of my wood burnings, I use that same bit, and it also, like, the edges are so smooth with carbon.
I
Yeah.
kind of figured out my Dremel is my best friend.
Yeah,
So I use the same bit when I do my wood burning. I know what it works.
yeah.
Alright, so now there's metal shavings all over the place. But then, now you get to weather your own saber. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Want to see what
one of those trap toys inside it that shakes around.
So we'll start off.
Keeps, like rattling like
Let me wash my hands a little bit so I don't get all these metal shavings all over the place.
That'd be perfect, right? Dry ice, one of those bouncing trap toys, like this thing about to explode with light. What do Jason do? Like, I don't think that crystal stand will ban.
So you know, if I ever find you as Sith Cat at a fair or at a con, I will have a laser pointer on me.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes, you will.
See, one of the ideas I had is you should wear your smuggler or bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were trying to, like, you have one of the jewel balls on the string. And then we just, like...
I'm trying to think of how I can apply my fursuit to Ren fairs. That would be funny.
Put a second tail, a second tail on it, be a cake sheet.
Could do that.
That's because that's a cat fairy.
All right, so
Actually, it wouldn't be that hard, and it
now
would be
we're gonna watch Van do this for the first time ever.
Right.
All right, so these are my brushes. Actually, I have some in here actually too. Actually, you mind holding that for a second? Let me get you set up.
Your knife still? Huh? Your knife still? Yeah, they both have like the two tails. That's really good. Cat sheet up the side of the Keebler.
The Keshi, the biggest thing you have to remember with the Keshi is that they still act like cats.
They just keep it tight cats.
They're human-sized cats.
They do have the quasi-anthropomorphic shit that they turn into the shape of
There you go.
fish. But they'll still have
Okay.
ears in the tail.
These are our brushes right here. I like to use
So you look very human.
this one as much as possible. These are my weathering brushes specifically.
And the difference.
You have brushes for weathering,
Yeah, just because they're junk brushes. You know what I mean? They're not really good. You know what I mean? I
so they
got
don't have to be as fine in quality.
right. I got them like super cheap, so I don't have to like worry about them breaking or get
Keeping
ruined
in
and stuff.
great shape or
Exactly.
something.
So
The,
this is the palette that I was using, right? Okay, so you want to choose your palette. So we're gonna want to use some metal shavings all over the place.
Hey, just so you know, we got about 10% left on here. So I think at 10%, when it when it
That's
cuts,
fine.
it cuts.
All right. So you're gonna want black, obviously.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take dead black right here.
Probably
okay?
some gray.
We're gonna give you some of this actually. We don't want to use that.
Like Joe's or from Ghostbusters.
yeah,
Whatever wants to be.
I know.
So black. That's easy. And then you want to pick out what you want, right? Where is the saber being held? Where was the saber? You know what I mean? Was it on Dathomir? Is there like a little bit of like red sand? You know?
Right. I actually thought about like red, almost like a little bit of blood kind of mixed
Right?
in
A
with
little
the
bit of
dirt. You know what I mean?
Rusted sore here. Here, let's see.
Rusted sore, is that the name of the?
Yeah, it's because they're all zombie colors. So this is rusted sore. So that's a little bit
Oh
of red.
yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a deeper or a brighter red.
They're pretty.
Sorry, has the cat sense showed up. But a lot of people don't actually have a spelling degree of it, so
This is called glistening
You
blood.
can also put in
Glistening blood.
Oh, there you go.
Hold on a second. That one was not mixed up properly, so we're gonna suck that back up. Always mix your paints before you shoot on there.
Before what?
Before you put them on your palette.
Oh, so it doesn't dry out.
Here we go. There's a lot. Didn't need that much, but it's okay.
So we got about 10% left of this camera. So in about 5 more minutes, we're gonna close out this video so it doesn't end abruptly.
I'm still working on it.
All right.
So you see here, and I'll let you. You want to stay here, and
Okay.
I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so Van's gonna take a brush. One of the bigger ones. And you're gonna start off.
Some black.
Take the paper towel. Keep that with you. Right, maybe keep it over here. Okay, you're gonna dab it off. Now take some black, just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. All right, and you're gonna let's start with the actual damage I just did. Right. So rub it in all the edges
Yeah.
of what I did. Right. Just
Yeah.
really get it in there. Dab it in there. Don't be afraid to ruin the brush. It's totally all fine. Okay.
Yeah, because that's gonna accentuate those. So.
Right. Exactly. And now you're gonna take like this right here, and you're gonna just go
Clean the brush, or
No. You don't have to clean the brush.
is this for cleaning this?
Yeah. So you're just gonna wipe it off. You know what I mean? And you'll see it kind of sticks in there. Now, if you feel like it's wiping off a little bit too much, just add a little bit more in. Not a big deal.
Generally very social.
Yeah.
So much more.
Okay.
This
Maybe
is
next
cool.
time, and maybe next time, take one of these guys right here, this little
Foam thing?
foam thing, and just kind of dab it off.
They are a little
Oh.
I have seen that in all the.
See how it sticks a little bit better in there?
Right.
There might be fairies, but only visible to
And if you wanted to stick a little bit more, that's okay too. Or if you want to add a different color. Now we have a whole palette
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like we said, just
Now, would I clean this or just add it to the?
black you want to clean,
Okay.
or just put it in there and just take it on the brush. The reason I say black is because black kind of overpowers a lot of the other colors. So I don't like to use that for the other colors.
Savannah is convinced that I am part of it.
Burnt sienna, that was a really good one. That one's gonna add like almost like a rust color to it.
Oh yeah, that'll be good for this opening.
I do like the Witcher show for educating us so much on it.
Oh, The Witcher is so cool. I still have not watched that show
it's
at
so
all.
good,
Is
man.
this on second season now?
Yeah, the second season is done. I love it.
And then they're not just
Oh yeah, it's been on Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're pulling out more. They're pulling out a lot of, and it's been really good.
Yep, sorry.
It would have been great for fairs.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we gotta see how when you use like the Fey like form, because they also would carry them.
Yeah, that wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, except theirs it was more like.
It's hard to tell where it's sticking. Getting more black.
They didn't carry lanterns like most other Fey did when they were carrying the fairy lights.
No, it'd be much more.
I think I really would like to do like.
Is there anything you guys need help on still, or?
I don't say it must.
Yeah, the answers are resounding yes. But
Yeah, unfortunately, I think for me, the next time I come around, I'll have to get like the glue gun and glue sticks and all that, and actually make the stuff here before I start figuring out how to do the painting with them.
okay, so a tip for this then, because it seems like we're having a hard time getting that black to stick in there. Don't wipe it off yet. Just leave it there for a little bit. Let it dry just a little bit, and then you'll have a easier time wiping it, leaving some behind. Maybe move into the ridges a little bit. Okay.
I only have 2 heads at this point.
You got a little bit of red on there.
That's
I like
cool.
it, but it is.
He said that's cool.
And my Mau, which I love, but it is literally hot glued to the cape. So, like, I can only do stuff if the cape is like.
Now again, the tip is just to kind of go for it and then wipe it off, and you could always take more off, and you could always add more. So it's not.
I feel like inside the ridges, that's where like dirt would accumulate.
Yes, exactly. Inside the ridges, any area where there's like a fillet or a chamfer or like a something like that. You know what I
I'm
mean?
using big words right now.
Sorry, this is a chamfer right here where it kind of like slopes down off.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, is Raphael here?
Yeah, he just got
here.
here.
What's up, Raph?
Yep. Now, maybe don't let it sit too long because then it will.
Okay, yeah.
You got to find the right balance. You know what I mean? You're gonna wipe it off. Yeah. And you don't have to wipe it off hard either. Like some places where you want to leave it a little bit more, you want to just like wipe it off a little bit.
Right.
Or dab
As
it
you were
off.
saying.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
get the feeling for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's already starting to get there.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
I like how it's like in the crevices, like
but
grind
not
in there.
fully in the crevices. That's the point.
Right.
You want it in there, but not really in there.
And not in all of them.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Oh, this is fun.
It is, right? Weathering is one of the most fun parts, I think, honestly. And then,
I feel like it's hard to mess this up. Like even if it, I mean, because that's the idea, right? You're trying to make it look
right.
a little.
Well, you can mess it up by going too much. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or just again being too predictable, right?
Mhm.
Like you don't want to be predictable. You want it to be kind of off and kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like because
Right.
again, dirt doesn't sit in the same
Oh,
places
yeah.
all the time. You know? Oh,
That
yeah.
looks better.
That is, yeah.
You see how some of it's really
Absolutely.
kind of caught in there.
Yep, and that accentuates all those little divots and stuff.
Right.
Now you might want to put some around the buttons too.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And the buttons are fine. The button is deeper in there, so you don't have to really worry about it too much. How did I miss this? If there's a cat, I want to know about it.
I know, that's kind of Google. What's this thing, guys? Like purple.
Now, anytime you put it on a surface like that,
Like what?
Like see how you kind of put it up on top, like on this area right here. Sorry, China is right here. So see how you put it right here, like that. That you're gonna want to dab off and very lightly, because that's what that's gonna do is gonna leave like a residue of the paint afterwards. Yeah.
So like up here,
just lightly dab it, and just keep on dabbing it until
Oh, I see. So it kind of smudges it, but not
right, and it kind of leaves like a residue that it was there, and then wiped off. That's the whole point of that. You want to get it to feel like it was not, you know what I mean? It was cleaned, but just haphazardly cleaned.
right.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't really take a too good of a job there. Yep. And don't be afraid of taking too much off, because you take too much off, you want to layer it with different colors anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to give it that feel of, We're at 1:45, 1 hour 45 minutes.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah, like I said, I know we have less than 10%, so we should probably cut it in another minute or two.
We have 5% currently.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
That point, I was that.
I know that you're not streaming this show.
We are. We're streaming it right now. Yep.
It's on Kyber K Productions.
It's don't have the camera this time.
Oh,
I got the
that
camera.
would explain something. I forgot
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. That's why I need that other computer, because I was supposed to share it out to other pages.
Okay.
So right now it's only running off the one page.
Right.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's looking cool. I'm digging it.
You know, like I said, the way that like the one particular company does their weathering, it just so turned me off to weathering,
Right.
because it just looked like a scratched up saber.
Yeah.
It didn't look like,
If you here, let me show you a little trick here for this one too. Here, you want to hold that a little bit? So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of, let's see, like I said, I like this one. Where is it?
super cool, Vet. Well, thank you very much, Al. This is my first time weathering. I'm having a really good time.
This is my favorite brush. So what I like to do is I'll take a little bit, pretty heavy, right? And I'll just kind of like go like this, right? And I'll dab it in a little pattern, just like this, right? And then I'll take it.
Well, hello, Steve. So good to see you, my friend. We're doing weathering tonight.
And you start kind of like dabbing it out, but just barely, and eventually it'll go away, just kind of like we did on the Dinjar helmet.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it adds just a little bit of like, and when you dab it, try not to do lines because it leaves streaks. You want it to feel like grainy almost.
Right.
That's why we're using the sponge on this one, and you can see it leaves like a feeling of maybe like a carbon, like a burn mark or something. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of dust. But when you dab it out, try not to do streaks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Try to do actual like dabs. Do your dabs, folks.
Do we have color share, or would you be able to do like the carbon burning up there?
I could certainly try if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right. Let me
I
get a
think
little
this
bit.
is coming along. I love this.
Get a little more.
This really is,
Take it like here. And again, we want to do a little bit more of that.
Wants to look like it's been buried in the sand on Tatooine.
Right. So again, I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna dab it just a little bit, just to get that. Right, just like that.
Yeah.
Oop.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna take a little bit of this, a little bit of that burnt sienna, just a tad, and just throw it in some of these areas.
It
Right
looked like
here.
some dirt got in there.
Yep. Again, just take a little bit out, just a little bit, just like that. Just give it a little bit. See, it's like it's random, but it's also like calculated. it's not, you know.
I say it's controlled chaos.
It really is controlled chaos. See, so there you can see like it has like the burnt in there. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
thank
it's
you for
also-
sharing this on your page, Steve. Yeah.
You know,
That's one thing I forgot to do tonight was share this out on multiple pages.
And so let's try to do that thing you were just talking about, that carbon.
So now we're gonna try the carbon
Or
scoring.
it's well, carbon scoring is the black.
Oh,
this
I mean,
this I forget what this is called.
burn?
This is heat scoring or something
Heat
like
scoring.
that. Yeah. Let's see. Heat scoring. It's usually like a blue purple red type thing.
All right, and I apologize to Steve who just got home. Maybe you can watch the past show and catch up with us. We are at 1% battery right now. We're just gonna finish a little more on this weathering. Probably won't even get to my helmet tonight, but we'll do that next week. This is an ongoing show, so we've got plenty of weeks to come.
So what I like to do when I'm doing anything specific is hold on a second.
All right, so with 1% left, this again is Don Patry from Darkside Sabers. He has been your host for tonight. Tony and Tina. There is Raphael. Yay! He came in late. Kevin, Say Wong, and Zayo was around here somewhere. We will see you next Saturday at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And John, I think, are we still going to be doing weathering next week?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow, we'll do it again. I have a Grogu doll that I want to try to weather and make it look a little bit more realistic, which I've never done before, but it's going to be an interesting thing to try
He's
out.
gonna put on the stormtrooper costume and beat the.
Put them in a bag.
And on that note, see you next week, y'all. Peace.